Hello, my beautiful seekers. I am so excited that you are here with me. This moon magic is relatively low key, a little bit impromptu. I'm sitting on the floor in a part of my house with my salt lamp on and kind of just throwing this together. The energy, this Capricorn energy has really been doing some interesting things with me and my being. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you might have been noticing some of the things I've been bringing up thematically about water, about transformation, about this kind of Pluto energy that's been really affecting me personally. And in one of those ways, it's been affecting my technology. So I am filming this not on my usual camera. So there's been a lot of little twists and turns to me just sitting down here. So I just decided to make this super casual. I'm kind of wearing something comfy and relaxing. So, and I think that's the perfect place to be for this new moon. New moons are energizing, but they're gentle and they allow for fresh beginnings in a soft space, right? So I'm hoping to offer that soft space to you all watching here with me. And sorry if I'm playing with my hair. I got some things happening. just bear with me. I put my notes on this envelope. There's a lot happening here. So new moon in Capricorn on January 16th. This is the last new moon in this eclipse cycle that we have been in. We had the eclipse in August, the solar eclipse in August in Leo, and we are having the lunar eclipse in Leo on January 31st. So this new moon in Capricorn is kind of a big deal because it is closing out a chapter and it is ushering us, it's welcoming us into the next phase of being, right? It's ushering us into the next way of being for ourselves. And one of the first things I want to talk about as far as astrology with this new moon is that Jupiter and Pluto are actually doing this beautiful sextile. So Jupiter is in Scorpio right now, and Pluto's in Capricorn. So they are doing this beautiful sextile. It's really illuminating that element of transformation, right? We have Jupiter, the planet of expansion, in the sign of transformation, and we have the planet of transformation, Pluto, in Capricorn, which is this very grounded, earthy, focused energy. And they work very well together in those placements in many ways. It's a very, very deep energy. And it asks us to basically go to the edge of the desert, go to the edge of the forest, go to the edge of our mental landscape, and then walk that extra mile and sit in the beyond a little bit and shed an old skin. And that to me is really the theme of this new moon. It is very much asking you to put your old stories, your old ideas, who you were, on a ritual pyre and watch it burn away. These are things you don't want anymore. These are things that aren't serving you anymore. These are heartbreaks that aren't serving you anymore. These are identities and storylines that you've written for yourself that are no longer serving you. And the new moon is going to be doing that kind of dance with you. It's also got this really powerful thing going on. So we have the sun and the moon conjunct. That's what a new moon is in Capricorn. And then it's hanging out, that new moon is hanging out with Venus as well. And this has been going on a little bit leading up to this new moon. Venus has been doing some fun things with the sun and with Pluto in Capricorn leading up to this new moon. And then once we get there, we have this conjunction. It's this passionate energy, right? It's a really passionate combo of planets. And it's in this earthy Capricorn placement. And so it's going to be bringing out this almost electric desire for physically going into places, situations, scenarios that make you feel passionate and alive. And And honestly, there's this other thing going on, which is that we have that conjunction going on, and then that's hanging out with this square with Uranus and Aries. Uranus and Aries it's been there for a long time. It's going to be there for a short time more, a little while more, but it's this really volatile, kind of powerful, passionate energy. It's squaring off against this very earthy, grounded, focused energy. And so there's this kind of charged thing where you may feel like very impatient. You may feel like you want all your results in that night, right? It'll be new moon. You're going to be like, okay, I want this love. I want this new job. I want this move. I want there to be movement and passion and energy in my life. I can see what I want. I know what I want. Why don't I have it yet? And you're going to be feeling very much that you want to speak your mind to people, that you want to make daring changes because that Uranus energy is going to be digging up at you. And there's an excitement to this moon, right? It's a positive moon. It's a really great moon for like getting excited about where you're going next and opening up your heart and opening up your soul and feeling that you are very much ready for this next phase as we close out this cycle. And yet, what this moon is really asking you to do is ritually burn away anything that's no longer serving you. And really, if we're going to get to the crux of what this new moon wants you to do, it comes back to one of my favorite words, something that I think we're all working on perfecting and getting better at and more aligned with and connected with, which is allowing. Allowing. So while you have this high impact energy, this electric, magnetic, earthbound energy with this wild Aries Uranus energy, and it's going to make you feel like using your body to make changes, making things happen, making phone calls, getting in touch with people, giving your keys to your landlord saying I'm out of town, whatever impulsive thing you're feeling. What it's really asking you to do is stop and allow it. And allow it. And how do we do that? How do we leverage Capricorn energy in a way that gives us that harmony with allowance? Capricorn is this earthy energy, right? It is about being here in our bodies, in this world, as earthbound beings. And while for some of you that may feel very constraining, the thing is that if you can embrace that, like here we are, we can see, we can taste, we can touch, we can kiss, we can speak, we can make art, we can feel these different things in our bodies, right? It's this, with this Venus, Sun, Moon thing going on here, and it's there, and there's this Jupiter, Pluto thing, all these energies that are working, they are telling you to really embrace being in the physical, really embrace exactly where you are this week, this night, this moon cycle. Embrace it all, because it really is that calm before the storm. And this is for everybody, seriously. I happen to be a Leo sun, so for me, I am preparing for a big eclipse, full moon, blue moon in my sign. I've the Aquarius Leo polarity with the moon cycles and the eclipses has been extremely intense for me. So personally for me, I am feeling the beginning of a completely new chapter. And with Saturn was doing some things with me as well. For those of you with the personal feelings about Saturn as he was hanging out in Sagittarius, for some of you that was a very personal placement. It affected your life in a way that felt very heavy. This is kind of the last goodbye to what that was. That's the other part of this, putting those old identities on the pyre, putting any of those old storylines that were real for you and true for you when Saturn was in Sagittarius. They are no longer there, though. We are somewhere new. And a big part of this is we have to love and appreciate the hell out of where we are today. And that is how you get into allowing mode. Now, I have a sense here with this moon. That a lot of you are going to be getting those surprise phone calls, those surprise conversations, those surprise opportunities starting to knock around this new moon. Those few days around this new moon are going to be very, like I said, there's an electricity to it. There's a power to it. It's affecting me a week ahead of time. There's tremors under the ground. There's a calm before the storm. There's a bit of this stage setting, really goosebumpy kind of exciting energy coming up here with this new moon. I'm actually really excited about this new moon. I think it might be one of the most exciting moon placements that I have felt for a number of months. So I'm into it, but I am also realizing that it's like a taste of what's to come. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was some movement in a lot of your communications with people that you're really close to too. This is a very intimate new moon. It's really about your internal space and who you are and who you want to be in your internal space. And it's really passionate. And I think some of you may be very tempted to tell somebody that you care about how you feel. And I've been talking about that a little bit in general this month, but as always, trust your intuition. If you feel like it's not the right time, don't push it. Take a deep breath. Once again, allowing is the word. Allowing, appreciating your physical presence in this world, appreciating your physical placement with where you are right now, with what you have, the resources you have, the tools you have, the body you have, the spirit you have, the lessons you have, and allowing things to meet you. So important. Now I'm going to pull 3 cards, and right away, 6 of Wands. Beautiful. We have, and my lighting is going to be weird because this camera is not what I was planning on this evening, but we're going to roll with it. 6 of Wands, triumph, right? Now this guy has been through some things, right? But he's on the other side of all of that. And instead of looking back, right? Looking back over all the things that you've lost, this guy is looking forward at that horizon. And his heart is open. Look at his chest. It's held upright, right? Like this. This is fire energy. Fire doesn't look back. Fire very much burns forward. It sees the next fuel. It jumps. I mean, it sees. It's a forward moving element. And this card is all about forward motion. It is about triumphing. Triumphant victory, triumphing. Wow, Sarah. Triumphant victory. It's about triumph. It's about focusing your energy forward. Let's see what else is coming out. 4 of Cups. So here's the opposite message. This is really funny. Here's where going to that pyre, right? You gotta let these cups go. Look at this guy with his hand on the cup. I mean, this really is a sloughing off of an old coil that you were in. And I mean, it's not serving you. It's going to weigh you down. So for, that resistance to the change, the resistance to where you are even right now today, will clutter up the vision that is trying to reach you. So these are both saying horizon, release. 3 of Cups. This is fantastic. So friendship, communing with those you really love. And here's where I was saying, those messages that are going to be coming through from different people. A lot of you, I think, are going to be conversing with people that you're already close to, or people that you care about, or people that you've been thinking about, or people that are very close friends, or very close family, people that maybe you want to be your lover, or your partners, partners that are together. This is going to be a very deep new moon for those conversations, but they're joyous. They are joyous. And it really is very much, going through maybe like the way I kind of think of this new moon is if you had a memory box and it was full of all these memories from 20 years. And some of them, you are really valuable. There's a couple of them that are really valuable, but a lot of them are things that you're never going to use. And, you light a little fire and you throw them on the flames and you let them go. That's really what this moon is about. So for some of you, you may be sitting there assessing with your partner or with people you're close to the things you can release. And that might be a really beautiful conversation you could have where you realize where you have changed identities. And for those of you who are kind of sparking some new romances or some new friendships or some new working relationships as well, this is a great energy these few days around this new moon to be having those conversations about what this horizon looks like. So no matter what, communication is going to be fantastic. And just enjoy the fact that you're going to be feeling goosebumps about what's coming next. And a lot of us will not be able to see it on that new moon. We won't be able to see it all, but it's there and you're going to know that it's there. It's very much that spooky feeling, that good spooky feeling of knowing you're about to step into a big new chapter, a big new book, new storylines, new identities, and it's powerful, you guys. I'm really, really excited. And once again, happy birthday to Capricorns out there. You guys are amazing. I love you so much. And I have so much respect for Capricorn energy. It is so powerful. And if you leverage it the right way, which is to be present, be here today, everything will meet you. Everything will meet you. All right, I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful new moon. And when I come back for the next moon magic, you know it's going to be a good one because it's a blue moon in Leo with this big eclipse. And I know I'm going to be feeling all sorts of things. So stay tuned for whatever emotions might pop out of me that day. And I'm sending you all the best, and I will talk to you very soon.